We're back cooking again with Gina Sunderland of Manitoba Chicken, and you've got a couple of fabulous recipes to share with us. I can't wait to learn about these.
Well, these are fantastic recipes. You know, Terry, finally it's nice and warm out. All of us are so excited about our summer vacation, and sometimes it's a little bit of work for us moms. So I have two fantastic Manitoba chicken recipes that travel well. They're delicious. They're easy to prepare, and of course everyone's gonna love them, and we can do many of the steps in advance, and then when we get to our cottage or our campsite, very little time in the cottage kitchen, more time enjoying the great outdoors.
I love hearing that. So what are the steps for these recipes?
Okay, so our first recipe is our chicken cutlets with slaw. Now, cutlet just simply means a thin cut of meat. So the recipe uses either chicken thighs or chicken breasts. The choice is yours. I just sliced the chicken breasts in half, use about 1.5 pounds of chicken. Again, the choice is yours. Terry, the marinade is delicious, and there's a little trick, right, with this marinade. You can either prep it in a bowl just like this and put it in your fridge overnight if you're turning on your backyard barbecue, or if you are heading out to the campsite or cottage, put the chicken and the marinade right in that Ziploc bag on ice in your cooler, and away you go, off to your destination.
Easy and portable. Okay, so how do we make this marinade?
Okay, so this comes together beautifully. We've got 2 tablespoons of rice vinegar, so a little bit of acid. We've got 3 tablespoons of soy sauce, and 1.5 tablespoons of fresh ginger.
Oh, it smells so good.
It smells just so, so good. We've got 2 tablespoons of our brown sugar. We know that can be a little tricky. There we go. We've got 2 cloves of garlic. We've got 1.5 teaspoons of sesame oil and 1 teaspoon of a hot sauce, like a sriracha.
Very nice. I love this one. A little sweet, a little kick. And that's how simple. So
that is
pour that over the chicken.
Terry.
And we're good to go. And then again, you can put it either right into the Ziploc bag, save it for when you get to the cottage.
Right.
How long does it need to marinate for?
Okay, it can marinate for as little as 15 minutes because of the acid, or you can do it the night ahead and then just have it ready to go into your cooler. This recipe has a beautiful slaw dressing with it too, but if you're in a pinch, just grab that bag of coleslaw and away you go, off to your cottage or whatever destination.
So easy, and it looks amazing. So that's recipe number 1, and we've got a second one to get to as well.
We have our classic chicken burger sliders, one of my absolute favorite recipes. All you need is basically a 1 pound of ground chicken, and this is just such a beautiful recipe with a little bit of a twist to it. So Terry, I'm going to add the ingredients, and I'm going to get you to stir. So into 1 pound of lean ground chicken, there's 1/2 cup of panko crumbs, a chopped green onion, a little bit of brightness, so the juice of 1/2 lemon. That's a little bit of a surprise, but oh my goodness, it is delicious. You won't want to make any other burgers. 1/2 teaspoon of each salt and pepper, 1 teaspoon of oregano, okay, 1 clove of chopped garlic, just keeps getting better and better, and then we've got 2 tablespoons of mayonnaise.
Interesting.
Yeah, and you know what, Terry? I often double or triple this recipe because it's so delicious, and they freeze beautifully. You can freeze these ground chicken burgers for 3 months. And in fact, when I am heading off to a cottage, I like to freeze them in advance and then just pop them in the cooler. You can put them on a grill. You can bake them in the oven. You can do them in a frying pan. The choice is simply yours.
Is there a trick to making the burgers now?
Okay, so Terry, that looks great. So if you're making our little fun sliders that everyone can put together their own, you want to divide this into about 8, or you can make 4 classic chicken burgers. And I'm just going to show you this little trick, like I said. All it is just a little bit of oil on my hands. Give it a little rub, and your chicken burger meat will not stick. And it's just so easy to work with. It's just that simple.
And then from there, right on the grill, right on the skillet, however it is that you choose to cook them. But how do we know when they're done, Gina?
Okay, so Terry, meat thermometer is my favorite kitchen tool. So what you do is you insert the probe of that meat thermometer into the thickest part of the burger patty or the chicken breast or thigh.
What's the number?
It should read 165 degrees Fahrenheit or 74 degrees Celsius, and your chicken is perfectly cooked.
Love it. These recipes can be found right on your website?
Right, on manitobachicken.ca.
Thanks so much for sharing, Gina.
Thanks, Terry.
Brought to you by Manitoba Chicken. Discover delicious and nutritious recipes at manitobachicken.ca.